So the question is, why is the price of private jets up? Yes, prices have increased around about 22% across the board, depending on, if we're looking at smaller jets, larger jets, whatever. Overall, the price has increased by 22% compared to last year. And everybody's asking, well, why is this happening? Because back in 2008, 2009, when we had the financial crisis, and they say we're in a financial crisis right now with interest rates going up and that, why is it that this time prices have gone up by 22%? Well, back in 2008, 2009, prices of private jets went down by a whopping 50%. Now, let's just look and see where the prices are going up, and we're just going to break down a little bit on the different types of jets to then go into, I'm going to tell you why I think this time prices have gone up 22%, while last time they went down 50% when we were in a financial crisis. So, inventory of biz jets is actually up 40% from a year ago, and 23% compared to 6 months ago. Now, percentage of available inventory is 3.3% of the fleet, when usually we're looking at 10 to 12. So still, if we look at the number of jets out there, there aren't that many for sale, even though the number of aircraft for sale has increased. Now, if we consider jets that are only 7 years out of production, inventories have risen by 91%, with prices rising as high as 25%. On the heavy jet front, prices are up 56%, on the mediums 25%, on the light 51%. 84 used Cessna Citations are on the market. That's a 50% increase compared to last year. On Bombardier, it's up 113% compared to last year. And when we look at Bombardier aircraft, and the Challengers are up 500%, the Globals up 88%. On the Gulfstream front, inventory is up 108%, with 52 units on the market at the moment, and that's 2.7% of the fleet. Embraer Executive Jets is up 138%, and that's 2.7% of the fleet. So, and Dassault is up 400%. So lots more aircraft coming onto the market compared to last year, which is good. Cessna and Bombardier prices are up 35%, Embraer is up 30%, Dassault 28%, and Gulfstream is down by 3%, and that's led by a drop in G450s and G150s. So that's what's happening. So we're seeing overall the prices have risen. There still aren't that many aircraft on the market. I think the reason why more aircraft have come on the market this year compared to last year is because prices have gone up. So people can see an opportunity for maybe making a profit on their aeroplane or getting more money for their aeroplane. But overall, the market is increasing. More and more people are traveling by private jet. More and more people are buying private jets or leasing private jets. I mean, I've certainly seen on the leasing front, I tend to specialize a lot in leasing jets for like 12 months and that. I've had a surge of deals this year already. We've already got one closed and another 3 in the making. So, people are wanting to sort of get their feet wet, and so they decide to lease a jet for a year. But why is this happening? Why is it that prices have gone up this time instead of going down? Why is it that private jet travel has increased instead of decreasing? I think a lot of it is to do with the lockdowns. And interestingly enough, there's some interesting statistics regarding health. For example, telehealth has increased by 76%. 50% of people are now working out. Before, 56% of people now, more people are working out than before. 78% prioritizing their mental health, which they weren't before. Now, why is there a connection between these health statistics and private jet travel? Because I think what people have done now is they've realized that, if you travel with a private jet, you're going to save a lot of time. I mean, a lot of people have lost some loved ones in the last 2 to 3 years due to the pandemic or the vaccines or whatever it may be. And so people are starting to value life a bit more. When you value life, what are the two things that God has given every man? He's given men free will, and he's given men and women, of course, 24 hours a day. And what does private jet travel do for you? It saves you a lot of time, and it allows you to make better decisions. And while people are valuing their mental health more, they're valuing their health, they're also valuing their relationships with their loved ones and that. And this is where the private jet can help you improve your health and help you to spend more time with your family, with your loved ones, because it gets you around the world a lot quicker. So this is what I think is happening. I think there's been a shift in people's mindset, and people are opening up to private jet travel. Because let's face it, if you look at the numbers, I mean, there are 540,000 people in the world today which are worth over $30 million. And only 3.5% of those people have a private jet. So I think that number's increasing. because before there were a lot of people, you know, I know some billionaires that don't have a private jet, and they just were not interested in buying one. They said it was a waste of money. But now they're wanting to travel, and they're realizing that getting on an airliner these days is not what it used to be. And when they're getting on an airliner, they're concerned more, you know, about the guy coughing sitting next to them, about the air, and you know, people are. I think during COVID, people have learned to do a bit more research, and then what's happened with the whole COVID situation, I think people are now debating: was this a good idea to lock everybody down? Was it a good idea for most people to get vaccinated? People are starting to question these things, and people are starting to take more control of their health and their lives. And as people are taking more control, if they've got the money to buy a private jet or charter a private jet or lease one, that's exactly what they're doing. And this is why we're seeing that surge in private jet usage. And consequently, there's more demand, there are less jets available. That reflects the prices of jets going up on average by 22%. Now, is this going to continue? I think it's going to sit there as more and more people start flying private. And also the other trend, and I've talked about this before, there's more and more people now learning to fly because they want to buy their own airplane and fly themselves around. So the pilot owner market, as I call it, is on the increase. Because a lot of people, and I've spoken to, actually done some business with a couple of people just recently that started flying to help them mentally and help them cope with stress. And they're finding that flying an airplane is just helping them a lot with their mental health. So this is interesting. So while we've seen a surge of, I think, 35% in more people now doing yoga and buying yoga mats and signing up to yoga apps or going to yoga classes and that, because yoga doesn't only help you with your physical fitness, it helps you with your mental health as well. People are discovering that learning to fly an airplane and flying your own airplane helps you with your mental health. So mental health, as I said, 78% of people now are prioritizing their mental health. And I think all these factors play into more private jet usage, more people buying private jets, and I think this is going to continue. I think we're going to see the industry grow very well over the next few years, more people learning to fly, which is going to be good, more people flying around. I think that's going to be good, and again, if this helps people with their mental health, bring it on. So let me hear from you. What do you think about this analysis that I've just done here on why private jets have increased in value 22%, and that more people are flying private? And let's get the conversation going below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and also give me a super thanks if you really enjoyed it. That's much appreciated. And check out this other video that we did recently here on BizJet TV. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. That's all from Fabrizio Poli on this episode of BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.